Bless the Lord.
Bless the
Amen.
Lord.
Praise God. So we continue to thank the Lord for being here and giving us another day where we are able to worship Him and to continue to look to Him. He is the author and the finisher of our faith. So we don't ever want to forget that. Amen. We cannot do anything without Him.
That's right.
And with Him, all things are possible.
Amen.
Last week, we did part one of a successful bondage. If you miss it, you are able to go on Facebook and go and look over it and just to kind of see what you missed. But when I hear the phrase a successful bondage, why would I want to put myself in a place of bondage and try to be successful at the same time? There are some things that you and I, we cannot change, regardless of if we desire to, if we want to. There are just certain things which are unchangeable. And one thing that is unchangeable is God's word. So, if God has spoken what He has spoken, it will, it must, and it shall come to pass, regardless of how you and I feel. Since He's unchanging, He cannot lie. And as being children of God, if we believe that His word is, then we treat it as such. For those who may not believe in God, regardless of if they have accepted God or not, His word still stands for them, whether they believe it or not. It will still affect them. They may not know how they are being affected by God's word, but they are being affected, and they will be affected. But anyone that have come into the knowledge of who God is, we give Him the reverence and we give Him the respect according to His word, because His word, as the scripture tells us, it is and should be a light unto our feet and a lamp unto our path. So it directs us, it leads us, and it guides us in whatever avenue of darkness or whatever situation we are in. We look to Him for light. What we are saying is that, Lord, I am depending on You. I cannot do this on my own. I realize that I am in a world that is filled with darkness, and I need Your guiding hands and Your guiding light in order to direct me. There are some pathways which are very rough. There are some pathways which are very sharp. There are some pathways which are very dark, and I am depending on You in all my ways. I'm depending on You. But sometimes we mess up. Sometimes we want to give up. And sometimes we don't want to fess up to our mess up, but still, it will still affect you. It still will. So Jeremiah 29, we love this passage. And 11, which says that, for I know the thoughts I think towards you. Thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end, which is hope and to make you alive. And this is what God was speaking to these individuals. But He told them that you are going to go into bondage, that you are going to be taken away, that the place of your existence, home, you are going to be a nation is going to come in and bring you into their captivity. But what God is saying is, based on my permissive will, based on my permissive will, because none of us cannot do anything without his permission, especially when it comes to us. Let me put it in another way. The devil cannot touch you without God's permission, because once you are under the umbrella of God, you are covered by God, you are safe and you are saved. So he cannot do anything with you without God's permission. And if God allow it, then he's allowing it based on his spirit and his power in you, and he will take you through it regardless of what happens. Because he cannot lie. He will not leave nor forsake. He will always be with you until the very end. That determines all situations. I want to say that again. When God said that he would give you comfort, when God said he would give you hope, that determines the basis of every situation, not when it's only good. Because when it's good, we don't even pay attention to him.
Right. That's right.
It's when it's bad, that is when we remember him. But I want you all to understand this, is that while we are here in this earth, it rains on the just and also the unjust. So what he is determining is that there is nothing that is affecting there is something that's affecting everyone, and when it affects everyone, even though it's not your fault, you will be affected also. Let me put it a different way. You may get cussed out, fussed at, and it's not your fault. But even though the person is bad, they choose to affect you in a way that it wasn't even your fault. So regardless of whether you are good or bad, there is something under the sun that affects everybody at the same time. How do we deal with these things? Another example. A lot of people believe that being here on earth, it feels like bondage, it feels like prison. And they are trying constantly, day in and day out, in order to be successful. But every time they turn around, it's just evil is always presenting itself. How do you function and how do you deal within an atmosphere where when you are trying to do good, evil is always present? How? How do you escape from where you feel as if that you are bound? How do you escape from that? So I understand this is Israel, and Israel purposely have done what they shouldn't have done. They purposely, purpose in their heart to go against God's commandments. And whenever we go against the commandments of God, we have to realize that we will reap the repercussion. Because no one can escape from the word. It will hit you from the north, south, east, and the west. But then there are still many of you that have not done anything wrong, but you feel like you are in a place of bondage. Many of you have experienced things in the past, and even now you are in Christ, you still feel as if that you are in a place of bondage. How do you escape from that place? How do you escape from when you know that there has been something that has been determined? Let me put it this way. You are living in this world right now. Not one of us know how long we are going to live. So if you feel as if that you are bound every single day, when are you going to get out of being bound and start living according to God's will? Or let me put it a different way. If you are in a situation in which that you are not able to escape from right now, what can you do? How can you internalize that situation? How can you alter your mindset? How can you change your view of the situation to find success in it until it's time where God come and open up a door for you to leave? How? How? Everything starts in the mind. Regardless of where you are, run to Hawaii, but you run it there with the same mind, nothing will change. See, we can change the atmosphere of a place, but you can bring the same mind in the atmosphere of that place. It's as if that nothing changed.
That's right. That's right.
Because the atmosphere of your mind is still captive. And once you are, see, that's why someone said that you can be in a place of blessing with a cursed mind.
My God.
But God is trying to teach the individual that said the situation is not as favorable as you want it, but you put yourself in it. So I'm going to give you some keys to be successful in the place where you are bound. Come on, y'all. See, he did not just want to leave them in the place where they are bound to deal with it all by themselves, even though they're the one that got themselves in trouble. See, because he's a God of love and compassion. So even when we do right and we do wrong, he said, I will not leave you nor forsake you. That's power of love. So his love is not based upon what you have done. It is based upon who he is.
Amen.
See, a child of God, when you have faltered or walked into a place of wrong, you should know that you are still loved.
Thank you, Jesus.
Even when wrong occurs or happens to you, you should know that you are still loved and your God will not forsake or leave, that he is still there with you. But sometimes we become so blinded because we now allow the situation to captivate us so much that we are not even able to see or to feel the presence of God. Then we give place to the enemy to come in and to consume. But he told them, look, you are going to go down into captivity, but this is what I want you to not do. Don't diminish. Don't become depleted. So what he's saying, look, while you are in bondage, increase. While you are in bondage, increase. Because look, it's about his thoughts that he thinks of you, not what you think of the situation or yourself. God has the key to unlock every door. Why? Because he possesses the keys of eternity and he can unlock time to get you out at any time. But sometimes he just wants you to stay in there so that you are able to learn the lesson that he wants you to learn. Oh my God. So here is it. I want y'all to talk to each other this morning. Tell somebody, don't go through hell for nothing. Come out with something.
Don't go through
Oh,
hell
glory.
for nothing. Come out with something.
Come out with something. Hallelujah. I'm not going through this for nothing. These kids that I love, they're getting on my nerves. But by the time I'm done with them, they are going to know about God. They are going to know about truth. They are going to know how to survive. So I cannot look at my situation now as being the determinant of what the end will be. So you may think you're going through hell. Tell somebody I'm going through it, but I'm coming out with something. It's the perspective of your mind. It's the perspective of your thought. What you are saying that, hell, you shall have no dominion over me. Because if my God went through the grave and came out with all power, therefore I am like my God. In body, mind, and spirit, I'm going to rise also with all power when I get out.
Amen. Amen.
Glory.
It takes the spirit of determination. Because what you're saying is that I'm not going to allow the situation to captivate me. Because as long as God has me captive, he will not release me regardless of what I'm going through.
Glory.
That's only Paul can say, I'm a doulos, I'm a slave for God. He's willing to do whatever it takes for God. Wherever he needed to go, he will go because they said, I'm enslaved by God. I'm captive or captivated by God. God. So whatever situation I'm in, God is always going to be there because he cannot lie. Y'all forget that.
Thank you, Lord.
We just forget that so quickly and easily. I want to get into this. So when Jesus rose, he rose with what? All power. Abraham went down to Egypt when there was a famine, and he came back rich.
My God.
Y'all not listening. See, instead of trusting God, he went to Egypt. Almost got his wife killed. He did it twice. Isaac, his son, followed in the same tradition. But he went down into Egypt poor, and he came back rich. Y'all worry about y'all mistakes too much. I'm going to say that again. Y'all worry about y'all mistakes too much. Stop worrying about your mistakes and look at the God that you serve. Look at the God that has called you by his name. Look at the God that said the thoughts I think of you, they are good and not of. Look at your God. Oh my God.
My God.
It's not for us just to come to the church. It's for us to internalize the eternity of God, who he is. Wonderful, awesome, magnificent, altogether lovely. Died for every one of us. Why would he just die for us and just leave us when issue arises? Come on, come on, come on.
Amen. Amen.
Why would he do that? That's a waste of time. And watch this. God doesn't waste time. Because he doesn't function in time. He doesn't abide by time. Time is only created for us. He doesn't waste time because he's eternal. He's not governed by time. Time is only for us. Y'all understand that? So in time, he is watching everything that you and I are doing. He's watching how you are functioning. And are you being effective based on the time that he has allotted to each and every one of you? So what are you doing in the season of time that God has given unto you? Don't waste it. My God.
My God. My God.
Don't waste it. To the point. We're running after grace period. We waste time, then we are running after grace period. No, come on, y'all. Use grace when you need grace. Come on. Don't force yourself into using grace. Do what you need to do strategically on time. When you really need grace, then you can say, my God, I need you right. And when it said, wow, you have been faithful over all of this. Come on, why would he not answer you when you really, really and truly need him? So you have to be effective. So he said, I love this part because I'm talking about people that are in prison. He said, even if you are in prison, don't diminish. Increase, regardless of where you are. I said this last week. If you're in a situation with a bad marriage, increase. Increase, don't decrease. What relationship you are in, it doesn't matter. Girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, fiancé, and fiancé. Increase, don't decrease. Because what you are saying is that I am not allowing the situation to dictate what is going to be my future. But I'm going to find a way out. But the way out is I'm going to pour into myself. I'm going to pour into my spirit. I'm going to pour into my life. And hopefully, while I'm pouring in, whoever sees me pouring in, they want to attach themselves and join themselves. Then yes, two can work and agree, and we can both come back together. But one person has to be strong in a relationship wherever there is difficulty and problems. You cannot have two crazy people in the same household, in the same situation, acting crazy at the same time. Then both of you are just totally crazy. But you need somebody with some sanity. You need somebody with some wisdom. You need somebody with some understanding to say that enough is enough. You acting crazy right now. I'm going to walk outside because I know what I can do to you. But see, I'm trying to save you, but you think I'm running because I'm scared. I'm not scared. I'm just looking at wisdom.
That's right. Amen.
Some folks, watch this. Some folks think you scared of them because you walk out. It ain't that you scared of them. You're just protecting them because you are telling them, look, my God tells me that the least any of you do to me, you're doing it to him. So when I walk out, I'm protecting you from my God.
My God. My God.
It's not that you're scared. Let them think that. I'm saving your life.
Jesus.
That's the power you and I possess with who? With God. Come on. Job. He went through a lot, didn't he?
Yeah.
His body was in bondage. His body was in captivity. But during the course of all of it, he never sinned against God.
My God.
He had some complaints. Yeah. But we understand that we are in the flesh, can't we?
Yes.
And it hurts. Yes. Yes. Sores and boils. Come on, y'all. Who would think that God is still with you? You cannot look at the situation. You have to look at the God in your situation. Height, depth, power, principality, nothing shall, will, cannot separate you and I from the love of God. So yes, you are able to have a successful bondage based on where you have been captivated, based on where you see you're in captivity. I said this last week. If you're in financial lack, you can still be successful.
Yes.
Because when you stop spending, when you start balancing, what you say that I am preparing for my out, but I have to starve myself of some things for now. Y'all see that?
Amen. Amen.
You're preparing for the out. So I can't have this. I can't do that. I can't have this. I can't do that. So you are in it, but you are preparing for the out, regardless of how long it takes. You have to see the out.
Amen.
You have to see the promise of freedom at the end for you to be able to continue to be bold and wise and effectively do what you need to do to get out.
That's right.
We don't always have to stay in bondage. Do we?
No.
Come on. It takes determination. But God told them, go down. He says, increase. Marry. Give your children to marry. He said, be pregnant, have babies, build homes, build houses. Because what he said that you are not going to get out. Let me go down. I want to finish at a certain time today. What will it take for you to get out? Philippians 4:8. He said, and here's some other key. Whatsoever things that are what? True. Whatsoever things that are honest. Whatsoever things that are just. Whatsoever things are pure. Whatsoever things are lovely. Whatsoever things are good report. If there be any virtue or power in those things, what he said, continue to think upon those things. It's your thinking. It's your thinking. It is your processing. It is the management of your thoughts. Where you allow them to go. How you allow them to control you. Your thinking is very important. That's why the Bible says that. Let this mind be in you. The mind of Christ. How he went about strategically doing what he needed to do to get the expected end. But to get it, he had to go on the cross. Okay. For you to get there, it's going to be some suffering. For you to get there, it's going to be some hard times. For you to get there, it's going to be some sorrow. For you to get there, it's going to be some pain. But it doesn't matter. I'm still going to get there. So I'm going to do everything that I needed to do. Sorrow, pain, suffering, shame. I'm going to do what I need to do to get there. We don't want to cry. We don't want to have stress. I can have stress, but I can manage I can have a broken bone, but the broken bone can still be made. I can weep, but weeping may endure for a night. But joy, oh, come on, y'all. Amen. Oh, my God. Come on. to stay bound. Watch this. Watch this. In order to get out, it's going to take grit. It's going to take grit. Grit. Survive. Being able to survive. Watch this. I want y'all to envision this. You're looking at earth. So, you have to know who you are in the midst of your situation, in the midst of your dilemma. The earth is constantly being pounded. It's constantly being trodden on. It's constantly being walked on. How many of you feel like earth? That folks just constantly trodden on you, walking on you based on your position.
My God.
See, God said he called you to be the head and not the tail. But you feel like you're the tail because you get trampled on constantly, all the days of your life. And you feel you are always under somebody's feet. Someone gave this analogy where this young man, this young boy, he was in church and he was walking all over the bench and he was just causing all kind of ruckus in church. And somebody came over and grabbed him, and I think they spanked him, they tore him up right in the midst of the church. And the young man made this statement with a bold heart, a bold mind, and a bold spirit. You may have stopped me and you may have spanked me, but within my mind, I am still walking. See, that brings me back to Job, where Job said, yeah, they may slay me, but yet I will trust him. You may stop the physical, but the spirit is still alive. The spirit is still soaring. The spirit is still moving. The spirit still have hope. The spirit still have strength, because hope makes me not ashamed, because the eternal spirit of God is living and breathing in me and through me. So as long as my mind is alive, there is a way out. And God will make a way out of
no way.
Amen. Amen. Yes.
Some of you feel like dirt. Depending on the condition, you can become mud. Depending on the condition, you can become the earth again. And you can become dirt again. Y'all know what dirt is? Dirt can be transformed. See, you can add water to dirt and it becomes what? Mud. Right? But then when you get a mudslide, y'all need to become like mud and dirt. Because even though they may change your format or change the balance of your foundation, eventually when the season and the time come, whether it's rain or whether it's sun, you still go back to the format. So watch this. Situation may alter you and change you, but you need to keep in your mind and tell it, I'm coming back. I may be down right now, but I'm not out. I may be going through, but I'm going through in order to come out. You can walk on me, you can step on me, but as long as God is for me, who can be against me?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
You feel like dirt. You feel like mud. Come on. Because watch this. When you are in a place of captivity and you feel bound, you feel as if that the situation has power over you. The situation is dictating to you, telling you where to go, telling you where to come. Gravel, come on, y'all. Do y'all see how much pressure and pounding dirt and gravel takes? Oh, no. That's the pounding, the amount of weight that is driven on gravel and dirt. Sometimes it's safe, but in due time, it just comes right back. We have to be flexible. Based on the condition of your situation, you have to learn to be flexible and maneuverable. You can't. Because once the situation, they stretch you so far that you feel as if that you are losing yourself. See, that's good too, right? No? there is this. Based on the situation, God is still looking for you to continue to function as a child of God. Amen. See, and the only way you can prove whether you are a child of God is you have to become like a rubber band. See, a rubber band, if it just sits, it's at a place of contentment. But what situation does is that it comes and then it pulls at you from both ends. And the farther it goes, the farther the pulling. Even though sometimes you pull it all the way and it has some cracks in it. Because I'm cracking, it doesn't mean that I'm going to break my brother. Hallelujah. You may stretch me, but I can go further. I can go further. I can go further. And when you release me, I'm going to snap back at your tail and pop you to let you know I'm still alive. Oh, God. Watch this. Oh, thank you, Holy Spirit. See, the farther the rubber band is stretched, that is more force and power than whatever is stretching it that is developing. Correct? And when you release it, that rubber band going to fly. Y'all ready to fly? When you get your release, come on, y'all. Hallelujah. Come on. Y'all must be ready. Get ready in order to fly. Get ready for your release. Get ready for your out. God is going to bring you out based on your thoughts he thinks towards you. Oh, my. I hope I'm not preaching to myself this morning. Come on. You have to prepare for your out. This stretching is good. Come on, tell your neighbor, I'm being stretched and it's good.
I'm being stretched and it's good.
I'm being stretched and it's good. I like this one. Tell somebody, I'm like dust.
I am like dust.
Because when you wipe me away, I'm still coming back. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Yes, we know what that is, amen? Because we clean and we clean and we clean and we wipe and we get all kind of liquid in order to wipe that dust away. And as soon as we wipe, we go back right there in the same spot and it's back. So yes, you need to talk to yourself, speak to yourself in songs, hymns, and spiritual songs, making melodies in your heart, and tell life that yes, I'm like dust. You can't get rid of me. You wipe me away, but I'm coming back.
Yes. Amen.
I'm coming back. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. And I'm coming back so much as if that I never left. Oh, come on. Y'all got to get aggressive in the spirit.
My God.
I'm coming back. You can rediscover you.
Yes, Lord.
Let the situation add to you and not take from you. Don't allow it to demean, deplete you in any way, any form, in any manner. Come on, tell somebody, I will not allow my jail cell to be my grave.
I will not allow my jail cell to be my grave.
I will not allow this place of captivity to become my grave. That's why God told them, look, that while you're there, you got to multiply. So what he's saying, you may feel like you are in the grave right now. You may feel as if that you are in a cell right now. But you know what? Don't allow it to be your grave. What he's saying that, yeah, I send you down there, but you are going to get out. But what are you willing to do to get to your out?
Yeah.
Come on, y'all. If you have the mentality and the mind of staying in, then you will never do anything to get out. Regardless of what state you are in, we were created for multiplication. Multiplication calls you to increase and not diminish. Increase simply means to become great. Don't become small or few is what he told them. So what he's saying is that, look, you have to progress. you have to progress. But it takes a change of mind, a change of heart, and a change of spirit. Come on, people of God. That's what God expects. That is what he expects. So if you are the one that have put yourself in a situation and you are paying for it, well, you know what? Pay. 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 Why? Because I am at wrong. It wasn't God. It wasn't hubby. It wasn't that. I was. See, that's why Paul says this. Oh, wretch. See, we have to see ourselves. See, if we examine yourself, the Bible tells us. See, when you want change, you will take an examination of yourself. When you want to change. Look at you. And when you see the wretchedness in you, then you say, Lord, oh wretched man that I am. Because what you're saying is, God, I see myself. Now I'm looking for a way out. Because I want self to come out so that you can come in.
That's right.
Oh,
That's right. That's right.
So let's go to verse 7. I'm going to be done in about 7 minutes. I think I've said enough for today. To get out also, follow God's instruction. So verse 7, Jeremiah 29:7. This one is good. Watch this. See, I can't allow myself to continue with the mindset of living beneath my privileges or the promises of God, even when mistakes are made. I am not trying to be presumptuous. If these individuals were, yes. But you don't have to be. You don't have to be. And we will have failures. We will have moments where we will fail. But the point is, the righteous fall 7 times, but the opportunity is to get up.
That's right. That's right.
Come on. You may be trying to do some things over the years. Different dealings and different businesses. Come on, y'all. And they may not be coming into function as you would like them to. Don't stop trying.
That's right. That's right.
Don't stop trying. Don't stop trying. Because you are righteous, you are going to continue to try. Because you said, the thoughts my God think of me, they are good. So you are going based on the good thought, not based on you failing. Because if we look at the failure, or us failing, then we allow that situation to dominate us. But we are looking at who? The all-seeing God. Who sees, he knows, and he has an expected end for you to live and for you to prosper, even in your soul. That's his word. That's his word. But watch this. The key. He told them, you got yourself in it? Here's a way of getting out. He said, seek the peace of the city. So even when you're in jail, seek the peace of the city. Even when you got in a marriage that God told you not to get in, seek the peace of the city. Financially overwhelmed, seek the peace of the. Make some phone call. Hey, I'm not able to pay today. What can you do for me? Take away the late charges. Seek the peace of the. Y'all not listening to me, y'all. Pastor talking crazy, right? Huh? No, Pastor's not talking crazy. Seek the peace of the city. Why? Because you are in a city. You are in a place and you cannot escape right away. So what you gonna do? You're gonna sit there crying, mope, become overwhelmed, depressed? No! Increase. So sometimes you have to make phone calls in order to what? Stay at what? Peace.
glory.
Why? Because you are preparing for your out.
Yes.
Oh my God. So he says, seek the peace of the city. Whether I have what? Caused you to be what? Carried away. God's permissive will.
Yes.
He will permit certain things so that we can learn. But also, so we can also increase. So he didn't stop them from increasing, did he? No. So in the midst of tragic situations, you can have increase? Well, yes. Well, the stock market may fall, but you can still increase your financial ability and productivity when it falls. Yes, but most people pull out. Because the lower it goes, is the more you are able to buy shares at a lesser cost. Y'all not listening. See, you don't want to buy shares when it's $168. You want to buy it at 2 cents. Because 2 cents.
Yes.
Increase. But you have to have the mind to be able to see that as a child of God, you have to be strategic in all aspects and in all areas of your life. But if you allow yourself to lose your peace, to lose your power, to lose your strength, you are down for the count. Then the cave will become your grave. Watch this. So he told them that he carried them away. Watch this. 7. He said what? Pray to who?
Unto the Lord.
So said, in your situation, pray and seek the peace of the city. Continue to read for me, somebody.
And pray unto the Lord for it.
And pray unto who? God. So forget about mama. Forget about girlfriend. Forget about Ray Chanel. Forget about everybody else. Forget about Pookie too. Pray unto your God. Because he's the one with his permissive will that have caused you to go into it. But now he's giving you access. He's giving you keys on how to sustain yourself within the midst of the dilemma, the midst of the situation. He's too kind.
My God. My God.
He is too kind. How many of y'all have ever punished your children or whomsoever, but yet you still kind of give them a little break?
Right.
Oh, come on, y'all. Come on. Isn't he a loving God?
Amen.
What's that song? Give me a break, I sure deserve.
Amen.
Well, amen, amen. All right, somebody. There's some agreement in the spirit. Amen. So he said, seek the Lord, for in the peace thereof shall you find peace.
Yes.
God, in the peace, you will find peace. What he's saying, look, the peace of the city that you need to find is Jehovah God, the Jehovah Shalom. Seek the peace of the city. Because he sent them to the city, and he's saying, but I am in the city. Oh, come on, y'all. I sent you to the city, but I am in the city. So seek the peace of the city. So I want you to come knock on my door, because I will give you the peace that passes all understanding. And somebody may not know that you are in this situation, you are in this dilemma, but how is it that you are still overcoming? How is it that you still have grit? How is it that you still exercising power? How is it that you are still faithful? How is it you are still praying? That look at you and say, crazy? No, but with God before me. Who can be against me? Who? So when it says seek simply means that you must become active, and activity causes movement. See, in order for you want God to move, he said, you have to go seek him. See, when you become active, that causes God to move. Oh, come on, y'all. Hallelujah. Now, movement can cause an explosion, which is a shift within the atmosphere.
That's right.
Look, y'all. What do I mean by that? Daniel, he was in captivity. But he was functioning. He wasn't functioning like a slave. him with, he started interpreting the dream for the king. Come on, y'all. Come on. When you see God, movement, activity, favor,
That's right.
even when you're in bondage.
Amen.
Oh, God. You can be in bondage, and based on who you are, people can come to you to get what? Information, because you possess something greater than what they have.
My God.
Yes, that's true.
Oh, my God.
Yes, it is.
Miles Monroe, he's so knowledgeable within the Word of God. God bless that man tremendously. Where billionaires from all over that sought him out. He didn't go running after them because he had something of value that they wanted. Yo, you want to have success? Make yourself valuable. Make yourself to have something that somebody will be willing to pay for at any cost. He gave you power for wealth. Do I need to repeat that again?
No.
Make yourself valuable. So if you don't train yourself, exercise your spirit, if you don't intentionally build yourself up, then ask yourself, who's going to want you? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Come on, you have the power within yourself to do that. Come on, that's what God has given to you and I. Let me finish this out. I love that. It said, in the peace, you will find peace. He says this. Now, this is what I want to ask you, and I can read verse 5 and 6. He says, build homes, build gardens, eat fruit, increase your family, your sons and your daughters. How many of you feel that you have all of those things, but still you feel diminished and lack? You have a house, you have a car, you have children, you're getting an education,
You have a job.
you have girlfriend, boyfriend, wife, you have all of these things, but some of us still feel diminished. But I'm going to tell you the key to that. Pray. Seek the peace of God. Seek the mind of God. Seek the power of God. Wisdom, knowledge. He said, with all you're getting, get understanding. He said, my people perish because of lack of knowledge. So, people of God, if you are feeling like that, what I'm saying is this, that you are in a place of a captivity. And what you are saying, I am feeling the way I am feeling because I feel that there is something greater in me that needs to be released. So, the yarn that you are feeling, don't ignore it. Pay attention to it. That is something that's crying out in you that's saying that there is greater. There is much more. Don't ignore it. So I'm leaving off here. It says, seek the peace of the city. And it says, find God. It said, find God. That's a key. Many of us say we have the Lord, closing. Many of us, we say we do. But sometimes we feel as if that we can't find them. Why? He cannot lie. I will not leave you nor forsake you, and I will be with you until the very end. Call upon me, and I will answer you, and I will show you great and mighty things. So it's not that he's not there because he's not he's not captive by time. He hears, he sees, he has all power. So if we are saying that we can't hear, well, it's not him. That means that we are not where we're supposed to be in order to hear his word or to apply his word. Right? Because we're allowing the captivity or the bondage to become the entity that is overpowering and blocking our senses. which causes us to what? Start feeling and seeing things unclear. Amen?
Amen.
Come on, let's stand.